to another episode. Welcome to another episode of the Teddy and Andy movie review show. The movie we just watched is The Nightmare on Elm Street, the new one, the 2010 new Nightmare on Elm Street. We're both huge horror fans. But yeah, just some reviews on it real quick. The guy who played Freddy Krueger isn't as good as Robert Englund. He does a good job. I don't think that he could have done it any better. I think it's just it was not Robert Englund, so it wasn't Freddy Krueger to most people, and it wasn't to us, just because you can tell it's not him. He did the character very well. He did the voice. He did a lot of the same mannerisms, he did a lot of the scraping of the finger, you know, the claw against the metal to make it spark. He did a lot of, and he laughed. He got the laugh down pretty good. His voice was a little bit different, but it fit his character.
But it was short.
He was short. Yeah. We were thinking that Robert Englund's a lot taller of a guy than Jackie Earle Haley, the guy who played the new Freddy Krueger. Jackie Earle Haley, for those of you who don't know, he played Rorschach in The Watchmen. He played the Dukes in Semi-Pro. Those are just two of the main movies that most people would recognize him from. But yeah, all over, the blood was great, the gore was great. The remake, because it's more of a remake of the movie, it's not an exact remake, but it's pretty good. They got the movie down pretty good. It wasn't directed by Wes Craven either, so we kind of were disappointed by that. But all over, it's a real good movie. Just we were hoping to see Robert Englund when we heard about it. But yeah, everything was real good. The claws were done good. The blood, the gore, everything was tip top. We give it a 5 for gore. The characters were 5 out of 5. Everything, story was good, everything, but it just wasn't a Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street. Sorry, it wasn't a Nightmare on Elm Street that we thought was as good as the old one. So we have to give it a 4 out of 5 just because it wasn't Robert Englund and Wes Craven. But yeah, 4 out of 5. Anything else you need to say? It was an amazing movie, but not as amazing as it could be. All right, Nightmare on Elm Street, the new one, 2010. YouTube.com/RevVicThunder. Peace.